All right, so again, by the end of this week, we're going to review the 3 different methods to solving a systems of equation. A system of equation is one in which there are 2 equations with 2 variables. So most of the time, it will be 2 equations with like an x and a y in both. Sometimes it says a and b. It doesn't matter what the variables are, but there's 2 variables, okay? There are more than just these 3, but these are the 3 methods that we're going to use to find the solution. So when you're graphing, you're going to graph each line. There's obviously 2 separate ones. You're going to graph each line, and then where the lines intersect is the solution. And we will write this solution in coordinate point form, x comma y. If it's any other variables, it goes in alphabetical order. So if it's a and b, then you do a comma b. Okay? If it's m and n, it's m comma n, whatever it is. There are 2 special cases, and the first is if the lines are parallel. So if they're parallel, which means they have the same slope, they'd never intersect, and that would be no solution. Okay, the other special case is if it overlaps and you end up with the same equation, so it would be the same line, and in that case, it would be all real numbers, okay? So in every systems of equation, there are 2 special cases. That's how they appear for graphing. Yes, that's sad. Okay, so example 1 says solve by graphing. I'm going to look at these 2 equations. If it was in y equals mx plus b form, I could graph using slope and y-intercept. Or if it's in like this form, this is standard form. Stop. You can use the intercepts to graph it. I don't care how you graph it. I would say most commonly we do slope-intercept, so that's what we're going to do. No. Okay, so the first one I want to solve for y. I would subtract the x, and I get y equals negative x plus 6. So you're getting into y equals mx plus b form, so we can graph it. My b is 6, which tells you you're going to start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the y-axis at 6. And your slope is what? Negative 1, so which would be negative 1 over 1. That's down 1 and to the right 1, or up 1 and to the left 1. Doesn't matter which direction.
I see down right to the right one.
Thank you for sharing.
Down to the right one. It's negative, and I think when negative, it goes down.
Okay, and that's the first line. The second one, again, I want to solve for y. So if I subtract the x, I'd get negative y equals negative x plus 4. And then it's got to be a positive y. So either divide or multiply by negative 1. And I get y equals x minus 4. So my b is negative 4. I don't know, but it can stop. And I go up 1. And to the right 1, or down 1 and to the left 1. Now, you could literally keep counting that slope until you get to the point that it intersects, or you could draw your line. It's completely up to you. But obviously, the goal is to get it to intersect with the line we already drew. So if this one was extended to here, where they cross, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, is your solution.
Why do we need those?
All right, so the good thing about systems of equation is that you can always check them. So I could take that, this would be my x, this would be my y, and plug them in. And I'd get 5 plus 1 is 6, and that works. And then I'd get 5 minus 1 is 4, and that also works. So every systems of equation can be checked by plugging it back in. Some easier than others, but it can always be plugged back in. All right, example 2, same thing. So solve each for y. I'm going to take the top one, subtract the 2x. So I get y equals negative 2x plus 2. My y-intercept is what? 2. And your slope? Good. So down 2 and to the right 1. Do it again. Or up 2 and to the left 1. The second one, I would subtract the x. And then multiply by negative 1. And my y is what? My y-intercept? Negative 4. And my slope is up 1 and over 1. This time it intersects down here at 2, negative 2. Just like the other ones, you can take and you can plug that in to check it. Okay, you don't have to, but it's an easy check. This would be 2 minus a negative 2, which is 4, and that works. This would be 2 times 2 minus 2, 4 minus 2, which is 2, and that also works. So again, with extra time, you can always check. If you're doing this in a standardized test and there are multiple choice questions, you could literally take and plug them in and see if they work. So you can work backwards.
But that, like, that would take.
What was example 2 again? Wait, actually, I have it here.
That's what you told him. All right, I'm going to subtract the x. Negative 3y equals negative x plus 2 divided by negative 3. So it makes the positive 1/3 x, negative 2/3. Okay, now we get negative 2/3 up 1 and to the right 3, or down 1 and to the left 3. With me so far?
No. I have a question.
Yep.
Wait, the original point is negative 2/3. It's just 2/3 of like the point.
It would be 2/3 the distance from 0 to negative 1. So it's not going to be perfect, but you want it to be obviously like lower than negative 1/2, but less than negative 1, somewhere in between there.
Okay. Just being sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then the next one, I would add the 1. So 3y equals x plus 1, and then divide by 3.
You know a trick that I have? You just write a long line and then write 1 3. Instead of doing 3 3s and 3 lines.
Okay. As long as you remember to split at the end, because you have to split it so that they both get the 3. So now I have a positive 1/3 and a slope of 1/3. What's going to happen? Compare these slopes. What's true?
No solution.
They're the same slope, right? Because these lines are parallel, and if that's the case, then they never intersect.
Which no solution.
No solution. Questions on that one?
No
Thank you.
solution.
Yep.
Why is the slope negative?
It's not negative.
Actually, it's positive because as you can see, it's
Oh,
going up.
like why did I also go the other way? Just to show that you could go in either direction. So sometimes, depending on where your graph cuts off, you have to go the other direction.
You're not learning.
Yeah.
You have to have 1.
All right, last one. So this time you can either move the y and move the 1. It doesn't matter what direction. Negative y would equal negative 2x plus 1. Okay, so then I'm going to multiply by negative 1. And I get y equals 2x minus 1. So what's the b? Negative 1. The slope? 2, which would be 2/1, right? So up 2 into the right 1. Or down 2 into the left 1. Not required to go both directions, but you can. Yeah. Some say it's better. And then connect them. Then the second one. Negative 3y would equal negative x plus 3. And what happens when I divide by negative 3?
Y equals.
What's true about these? Good. They're the same. I would have graphed the same line. Every single point would overlap. So it's all real numbers. It might ask you the number of solutions. That's an infinite amount. Okay. But all real numbers would be the correct answer. Questions?